Now we are. Hope we are. Are we in the right live? Yes, okay. Hi everybody. So you've all probably heard now you have Lori Vallow's guilty on all counts. I had no doubt that she was going to be found guilty. I will show you the photos from the pool that we're allowed to show, and then we'll hear, I will read you a statement from family members. Well, let me do that first. The Cox and Shiflett families have issued the following statement. We want to thank each person that has offered kindness, support, and prayers on behalf of our family and the other victims' families. That support is deeply felt and appreciated. We sincerely appreciate the time and dedication of the jury in this case. We also appreciate all the time and effort that dedicated law enforcement, attorneys, and Judge Boyce has taken to adjust this case. We acknowledge countless hours put into this case and also time away from their families. We thank you. We fully accept the determined decision in our justice system. We understand this is just one step towards justice for the beloved victims in this case. Despite today's verdict, we are left with our grief and sorrow over the loss of Tylee and JJ, who are irreplaceable. Our family will also feel the loss and will never be the same. We will continue to honor their memories to the best of our ability. We send our deepest sympathy to Tammy's family and Charles's family, who have also been devastated by the loss of Tammy and Charles, who are also irreplaceable. We share your grief and offer our heartfelt prayers for healing for all who have been hurt by these horrific crimes. We hope the outcome can offer you a measure of peace and comfort. We will continue to firmly put our faith in Jesus Christ and seek for his mercy and grace for all of those involved. And that's from the Cox and Shiflett families. Okay. Let me go back to... she's really, this is put quite a strain on Lori. You can see, hold on a minute, in the photos. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, that's not the photo that I'm looking for, but we'll put that one up for a minute. That was one that Tylee wrote to her mother on Mother's Day, but it's that. Let me see if I can. Those were all of her charges, and she is guilty on all of them. Let's see. Pull this. You don't want to play nice, Google? All right. Google doesn't want to play. I'm just going to just shut Google down and restart it. Okay. Cameras, everything's really weird tonight. Okay. Let me just go over here and just do this because okay, only got my thing back. All right, let me get to the jury pool photos. Hang on. Not the jury pool photos, the photos that are allowed, the gallery photos. So this was Lori in the courtroom. These guys looked really disappointed coming in. And look at her, look how her face has completely aged there, right? With this, you can just see it all in her face. This guy. And on the other hand, the Woodcocks and crowds outside. Okay, Woodcock. So those are the photos. Now let's see. She really didn't show any reaction other than what you just see in those pictures. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Okay, so now people wonder about Chad with this and how that's going to play out, whether he just may take a plea deal or something. I don't know. So Annie Cushing, who I believe she is sister of Charles Vallow, said, "Today is a good day. My former sister-in-law, Lori Vallow, was convicted of all charges. Justice won't bring back my niece, Tylee Ryan, her little brother, J.J. Vallow, or Chad Daybell's first wife, Tammy Daybell, but it lightens the load a little bit." Okay, and then Justin Lum tweeted, it says, make MCAO says it has let the state of Idaho know about the intent to prosecute Lori Vallow in Arizona for the murder charges in the Charles Vallow case. Extradition process will begin after Lori Vallow is sentenced and transferred to the Idaho Department of Corrections. It can take several weeks to months. So the Maricopa County Attorney's Office has reviewed submitted charges for matters involving Lori Vallow that occurred in Chandler, Arizona on July 11th, 2019, and Gilbert, Arizona on October 2nd, 2019. The MCAO has made the state of Idaho aware of our intent to prosecute the defendant in Arizona for charges stemming from these submittals. After the defendant is sentenced and transferred to the Idaho Department of Corrections at the request of MCAO, the extradition process will begin. The extradition can take from several weeks to several months because this is a pending matter. The office will not provide any further comment, including any charging decisions made by this office. Okay. Lori Vallow sat emotionless with a blank stare, looking at the jury as the guilty verdicts were read. She showed absolutely no emotion. Yeah, so that was that. And when is her sentencing? Let me see when her sentencing is. Hold on one second. Let me see what a jury in Idaho found Lori Vallow Daybell guilty of murdering 2 of her children and of conspiring to murder her husband's former wife in a case that drew widespread attention for what prosecutors described as her doomsday religious beliefs. Sentencing date has not been set. Before the trial started, Judge Stephen Boyce of the 7th Judicial District granted a request from Ms. Vallow Daybell's lawyers to take the death penalty off the table. Trial started April 3rd. She did not testify in her own defense, and her lawyers rested their case without calling a single witness. Her lawyers told the judge that they did not believe the state had proven its case. Judge Boyce has banned cameras from the courtroom throughout the trial at the request of Lori Daybell's lawyers, but he allowed the verdict to be streamed online Friday. Ms. Vallow Daybell, 49, and her husband Chad Daybell, 54, had been indicted by a grand jury and had pled not guilty in connection with the deaths of 2 of Ms. Vallow Daybell's children, Tylee Ryan, 16, and Joshua J.J. Vallow, 7. And along addition to being convicted of first-degree murder in the deaths of children and of grand theft, she was also found guilty of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder in the death of Tammy Daybell, Chad Daybell's former wife. After the verdict was read, Larry Woodcock, JJ's grandfather, told reporters outside the courthouse that his heart hurt. And I quote, "From the very get-go, it started with 2 missing children, and I stood up and I said, 'Where are the children? Where are the children? Where are the children?'" Mr. Woodcock said. He said that he planned to attend the sentencing so that he could ask Ms. Vallow Daybell directly, "Why, Lori? Why, Lori? Why?" Tylee and JJ were reported missing in November of 2019. Let's see. The murders were the subject of a Lifetime movie, Doomsday Mom, the Lori Vallow story, and a Netflix documentary series, Sins of Our Mother. A Lifetime movie, too. So that's it. We don't have a sentencing date. And we'll get to that. Let's see what else is new today. If you missed our video from before, you should go watch it. We did the highlights of the trial in it, etc. That, if you're looking for that. Hold on a minute. So they did have Aiden Fucci's mother in court. Aiden Fucci's mother she pled no contest to tampering with evidence on Friday and was sentenced to 30 days in jail. Crystal Smith, right here, was seen on surveillance video washing Aiden Fucci's bloody jeans after he stabbed Bailey 114 times on May 10th, 2021. She also appeared to coach Fucci to lie during a police interview. She was given 5 years probation excuse me, by a judge on Friday. Stacy Bailey, Tristan Bailey's mother, spoke at the hearing, saying she hoped that Smith would use the time to reflect what had happened. And I quote, "I have tried to put myself in your shoes on that fateful day 1,000 times, but I can't. I can never get there because, you see, I could never put someone else's child in harm's way for my own, no matter the consequences. The choices that you made on Mother's Day, May 9th, 2021, will haunt me for the rest of my life." Smith, who wept as Bailey spoke, did not speak at the hearing, but her attorney issued an apology. She apologizes for any additional suffering her conduct caused the Bailey family, the attorney said before Smith was handcuffed, fingerprinted, and taken to spend her first weekend, Mother's Day weekend, in the St. Johns County Jail. Fucci, now 16, pled guilty on the day his trial was to begin in February after a 2-day sentencing hearing in March that included emotional impact statements from the Bailey family. Judge Arby Smith sentenced the teen to life. His sentence will be eligible for review in 25 years. So that was the first thing. Then we have, let's see. We know better Christians. Okay, let's see. So we've got this. A mother in Wisconsin who killed her 8-year-old son and attempted to kill her, and her 11-year-old son will spend the rest of her life in a mental facility with the State Department of Health Services. Judge Daniel Borowski sentenced Natalia Hitchcock to the mental facility for the death of her son, Oliver Hitchcock, in March of 2022. Hitchcock had a second charge of attempted first-degree homicide dismissed in a plea deal with prosecutors. However, it was read into the court record. Her attorney asked for a 40-year sentence, which was denied. Hitchcock strangled Oliver with both hands, by her own admission, until his face began losing color in their Sheboygan Falls apartment. Then she grabbed a kitchen knife and began stabbing herself. Police found her in a bedroom of the apartment off of Plank Trail Lane. Oliver was lying unresponsive on his back in the living room. Responding officers noted signs of strangulation and blue and white tints on his face. When asked why she harmed her child, Hitchcock told investigators that she thought the Russian government would take her children, including Oliver and his 11-year-old sibling. Hitchcock said she wanted to kill the youngest one because he was the most vulnerable to being abused by kidnappers. Hitchcock added that she thought people had been looking at her strangely, talking about her, and that even a Russian spy planned on taking her children. Hitchcock's husband told investigators that her parents live in Russia and that she had been increasingly upset with the war between Russia and the Ukraine. She also talked about buying guns and survival gear, her husband said. When questioned whether she tried to hurt her children before, Hitchcock allegedly admitted to an incident where she dipped her 11-year-old son in water so he could realize his situation around him and how everyone could die. The 11-year-old told investigators that he felt his mother's entire body weighing him down as she held him underwater in a bathtub. Once he managed to escape, he saw his mother with a knife and began screaming. His mother then put the knife away and hugged him, according to what the child told investigators. When Hitchcock learned that Oliver had died, she replied, "Well, I guess I accomplished what I set out to do then." That's crazy. 'Cause, 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 'cause
That little boy's just adorable, Carolyn.
Yeah. Arby's employees find a manager dead in the freezer during business hours. An investigation is underway in Louisiana after a body was reportedly found on Thursday in the restaurant's walk-in freezer. Discovery was made at an Arby's in New Iberia. Police say employees found the body, but it's unclear whether this is a criminal matter. The police were investigating the case as a suspicious death. Meanwhile, the New Iberia police captain, Leland Lassiter, said that the decedent was a female Arby's employee. Police confirmed that the deceased employee was a manager. He also said it did not appear foul play was involved, even though the case is being investigated as a suspicious death. After completely processing the crime scene, this does not seem like a homicide. It seems like an accident, Lassiter told the news outlet. Officials have not publicly named the deceased employee. Okay, and then we have Leticia Stauch, who is booked into prison. So we've got her new mugshot right there. Leticia has been sent to prison following the murder conviction of her 11-year-old stepson, Gannon Stauch. She was transported to the Denver Women's Correctional Facility Friday morning after being moved from the El Paso County Jail, where she had been housed for the past 3 years. She will now first, we read about this earlier in one of her earlier videos. She's going to get an intake now and a bunch of stuff, and then she's going to be transferred to another facility. So they've got this wrong. Hear about her that she's serving, prosecutors, let's see, that's all about the trial. So she is read this about the Denver Women's Correctional Facility, and that's where they're going to, do all of her intake. But there's her new thing. She's only 5'4". I saw her paper said she's like 160 or something, 166. Okay. Now, let's see. Can't find the live stream. Can't find the live stream. There we go. Why can't I find the live chat? I have no chat. There we go. Hi, KK. Hi, everybody. Hi, Christina Ferrari. Hi, everybody. So does anybody have any questions about any of the things today? Let me know if you do. If not, hi, Ann Rose. I'm probably going to let you go because it's 1:42. Luke got home a little while. He went to go from Washington, D.C., and he went straight to bed. He was like, that's it. He is exhausted. And I feel exhausted. I walked. Today we had another walker with us. And if you're a member of Patreon and you want to walk with us in the afternoons when we're walking, that would be great. You can walk in the Zoom with us. I walked for 4 miles. Elle did another 2 blocks. And when might they release the kit? I don't know, Kevin. I'm not sure. Hopefully now. Hopefully. Now let me see. And then Chris Reed did 15 minutes. So you could do whatever you like. But I'm getting a little bit sleepy, so I know this is like a drive-by, live-by, where I say hello, little content, and then say goodbye, but I don't know. I'm sleepy. Can't help it. Girl can't help it. She can't. So justice for Kaylee and JJ and Tammy, right? Tammy. Tammy, too. Drive live by, yeah. What are you going to do? But I was on a lot today, earlier, so I'm just on earlier. There's more of me to love earlier. There's just less of me later. Sorry. I'll probably get things. I'm still on vacation time. Sorry. And Snow Remover was like, wake up the other night when I was in the hotel. I'm sorry. I was tired. I'm sorry. But I don't want to fall asleep now. I wanted to get, hi Linda Uribe. See, Linda's okay, right, Linda? She's like, good night, everybody. We'll see you later. I was on earlier. See you all next time. That's right. I'll see you probably earlier in the day tomorrow. I'll check in with you. I don't know. It'll be Saturday. We don't have any trials now. We're finally done. I've tried to find Leticia's Discovery. It's not out yet. We can't get it. They don't give it to us no matter what we're requesting. We'll see if more stuff on Lori will come out. But hey, Evie, you should come into the Zoom after this because I'm going to sit in the massage chair and talk. The time will get adjusted. All right. So thank you, everybody. It's concise. We'll see you tomorrow. God bless. Prayers for all that need them. Yeah, come in the Zoom, Evie. Anybody that wants to come in the Zoom. Okay, we'll see you a little later on. Love you guys. Bye. Prayers for all that need them. Pray for Debbie D. She's in the hospital. Please. And for Bucky Ann, she doesn't feel well after having a nuclear scan. Thank you.